Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my platform. Those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody has had a good day wherever you guys are at in the world. God bless you and peace be with you. If you guys could do me a favor and smash the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, just if you guys could start showing your gratitude for me showing up all the time and helping you out with these readings just by hitting the like button. For you, it's only one tap of the finger, but for me, it's, it either makes or breaks this platform. And it's just so important that you guys show gratitude and support me back, because I'm very grateful that I have you in my life, in my experience, and I would hope that you guys feel the same way. So, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you've tapped the notification bell, make sure you've liked the video. That way, there's an equal exchange of energy, and that way it's not just me contributing and nobody else contributing back. And I don't want to say nobody else, because I do have my regular people that do support me that I love very much. So, but if you're new here, welcome in. Okay. My name is Astraea Love, and I just want you guys to know that my readings are timeless, which means you could come across this video 10 years in the future, and there's still going to be messages in here for you that are going to resonate. So these readings are to help you use your discernment so that you can troubleshoot in your regular life. If something were to come up, you could go, oh, I remember Astraea talking about this, and make a good decision. Or, oh, I remember Astraea was talking about that. And then using your discernment. So that's what these readings are for. Okay, so to teach you how to use your discernment, they are to teach you about tarot, and then to just uncover the different things that are going on in your life. So this is a collective reading. I'm going to be reading everybody's energies. Okay. The only time where there's an exception to that is if somebody sends me a question with a $20 super chat. So if you've got personal questions, you can send me your question with a $20 super chat. Then I pause the collective reading and I set a 20-minute timer, and then I answer the question. Okay. And I would take advantage of the $20 price now, because as soon as September comes, it's going to be $30 a question. So, but yeah, I need to just see you guys interacting back in a positive way with the platform, leaving comments. I'm so thankful for all of the comments. I'm so thankful for all of the support, for all of the stickers, all of the likes, the shares, the subscribes. I really am grateful for that. And yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of negativity that gets sent on this platform. And so I really just want it to be fair. And so, yeah, if you guys could just reciprocate the energy by liking the video, I would greatly appreciate it. It is so important. And I will keep saying that until people start being grateful, because I won't be here forever. Okay. I'm already pretty old. So I won't not only be on this planet forever, but I won't, this is very taxing for me doing these readings due to the fact that I have to deal with people's demons and other stuff like that. So, any amount of gratitude just by liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving a comment, all of that stuff, it really helps this platform stay alive, and it is a vital piece. One reason why this platform hasn't taken off, I feel like, is, well, obviously I take responsibility for everything I'm creating in my reality, but I do feel like it's because I'm not getting supported back by people in the same type of way. And of course, I'm coming on here to offer a service for you guys that is free, for people. So anyways, yeah, if I continue to just struggle and not get anywhere with this, eventually, God will say, okay, you've done enough. They're not being grateful, or they're not being appreciative of you. You've done enough now. You don't need to do anymore. And then, then you guys have to rely on the other psychics to get your information. Okay, so enough about that being said. I will just keep reminding you guys to like the video. Okay, it's so very important to me. And if you want to continue to see me as a reader, then yeah, showing that support back is really important. And thank you for everybody that's donated, that has sent super chats, that's had questions. I love you guys so much, and I really do enjoy working through the stuff that you guys have going on. I love working with you guys. So, all right. So if you go to the tagged products, you're going to see a bunch of different metaphysical supplies and books and tarot card decks. Okay. So I go through, and I, just like when I was working at the metaphysical store, we would travel all around the United States and go to different shows. And then we would go to different vendors and we would hand pick all of the supplies, like everything, all of the crystals. And we pick it based upon its energy, the price, and all of that. And so I'm doing the same thing with everything that you see in the shop. I make sure that it has good energy so that if you do end up getting something from one of the tag products in the shop, know that these are products that I buy myself and I do use them myself. And so, yeah, they will assist you while on your spiritual journey. So I am going to talk about 2 books very briefly that are tagged. They're tagged in the products. Yeah, I haven't linked them in the description box anymore because the links are only good for a certain amount of time, and then all of the links end up going bad. And so there's no point to like reset the links when I can just tag it in the tagged products. But if you don't want to buy the book from the tagged products, you can always just search in the title of the books into like the Google search bar, and it'll bring up different places that sell it. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is called The True God, and it is an advanced intuitive living workbook, and it's written by Michael Steadman, Michael Steadman. And this book has not only transformed my life, but it's transformed the lives of other people. And so I really encourage you guys to get this book. I think out of all of the books that have been written, this book is probably the one that's going to get you to where you want to be spiritually and where you want to be on your divine life path the fastest. For me, it was like I went through an awakening in 2012, but I've always been psychic. But then 11 years ago, when I came across the truth of God, my life drastically changed. And I probably wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for the techniques in this book. Okay, with the amount of spell work that people were doing on me and trying to literally kill me in multiple different ways, if I wasn't able to connect with God, and that's what this book has done for me, I would not be here today. So this is why I talk about it. Even though I didn't write this book, the person that did is a doctor of divinity and a genius. So throughout the reading, you will see me use multiple techniques that come from this book. For those that are just starting on your spiritual journey, this is advanced knowledge, but it's a very easy read. Big font. Like if English is your second language, you'll be able to read this book. So it's got everything from visual meditation, prayer, tools to creating a positive reality. But I'm going to talk about the techniques that are life-changing for me. So first of all, the God technique is a technique that has helped me rise above all situations, tap into my higher self. It was like when I started using the God technique, I realized that there was a muscle within me that was always there, but it just wasn't actively being used. And so by using it, I've developed now a very strong connection that witchcraft cannot destroy people, because people have tried, like they'll try it. Trust me. People will try it. They'll try to curse a book. They'll try to curse the publisher. They'll try to curse the techniques. You can't fucking curse God, okay? I'm sorry, but you cannot curse God. You can curse at God, but you can't actually curse God. And this book teaches you about your higher self being God, and it teaches you how to connect with your higher self. So the first technique, and so this is why I like literally at the beginning, I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to share anything about this book because I don't want people to curse it, because people are just horrible like that. But then I realized that this book has been around for a while now. I don't know when it was published, but it's been around for a while now. People have been probably trying to curse this knowledge because it liberates people. And I've literally picked up on those energies, like that people are trying to, curse that, hex that, so it won't sell, all this dumb shit. Okay, like I said, you cannot curse and you cannot hex God. And you can't, and somebody who has built a connection within themselves to God, you can't curse and hex those people either. Like you can try, but it's always going to backfire. And with the God technique, when I'm going within and I'm connecting with God, I literally am able to clear witchcraft that somebody probably took 6 months to do. I can clear it within 30 seconds. Like as soon as I get connected and clear, everything breaks off. And so I like have had so many clients that their lives are changed by this book. My life has been changed by this book. That's why I talk about it. The second technique that is worth more than gold, truly, is the joy versus anger technique. Okay, I see it's sending me notifications that the Kansas City Chiefs are playing a game. Anyways, so the joy versus anger technique, when you see me in the reading asking yes and no questions, I'm not asking anything outside of myself. I'm literally using the joy versus anger technique, and I use it so much that the information, when I can't even get done thinking the thought before the answer comes through. So the joy versus anger technique works on a yes and no answering system, but it's built upon your own discernment. It's built upon a gut feeling. So you'll never get an incorrect answer, where other methods you could possibly get an incorrect answer. So when it comes to the joy versus anger technique, you can start being divinely led. Now, I ask questions about everything. Do I go here? Do I go there? Do I spend? I've saved myself from spending so much money on stuff that I don't need by using the joy versus anger technique. And it's just really helpful to be able to ask a question and have that open communication with your higher self there, so you can get an immediate response back. So you're not having to wait, for a sign or a miracle or something like that to occur. The next technique, sometimes when you're asking questions, if you get the answer no, you may want to know why. So you can either ask more questions, or you can do the 1-to-10 ratio. This book will teach you how to get compatibility on any subject, with 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest compatible. Okay, so then you can make better choices. The next technique that comes from this book is the mind technique. Now, the mind technique gives you the ability to clear the thoughts and beliefs that are first of all creating and influencing the reality that you're experiencing, but that are not serving you. Okay, so any negative thought pattern or storyline that you've made up about yourself, even if it's true about your past, okay, does it help you? If your parent called you stupid while you were a child, does it help you to hold on to that belief? No, that's somebody else's opinion. And opinions are they're like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? And they stink. So anyways, so yeah, gaining control, start using the mind like the tool that it is, rather than vice versa. And then if you're somebody that struggle, and so through me using the mind technique, I'm able to shift dimensions and shift realities and shift timelines, literally just by clearing my own thoughts, and getting rid of the beliefs that I know that are not serving me. And you can test this out. Stop believing the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and let's see if it comes up. The positive will always be there. You do not have to believe in it for it to show up. And then if you're somebody that, like I have struggled with repetitive, negative, suicidal, self-harm type thoughts, okay, which most likely is somebody else's bullshit projection. But if you are somebody that has those repetitive thoughts, or any other repetitive thought that is not helpful, the preemptive strike is a really great technique. This book will teach you how to write out those beliefs and those storylines, and then use the mind technique to clear them. And then what I would suggest that you guys do is go ahead and affirm what it is that you do want after you've cleared what you don't want. Okay, so that's the truth of God. This book is tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. The Truth of God, Advanced Intuitive Living, written by Michael Stedman, who's a doctor of divinity. So I'll go ahead and read the back of the book. So the truth of God is an evolutionary encounter with that which we know as God, gaining new perspective into who we are and from where we came. First, the journey to God takes you to the realm where it all began, making many discoveries along the way. Next, the story of God explains what has seemed to be indescribable creation and the path that led to what we perceive to be reality. Last, in the spiritual workbook, Michael gives information and techniques that will allow us to free ourselves from those ideas and emotions that are hindering our spiritual progress, and methods to open up the channel between the conscious mind that we are aware of and the inner consciousness that many are becoming aware of. Which you could say inner self, if you guys ever heard anybody say that. So I do suggest that you guys get this book. I highly suggest it, if you want to take control of your reality. The second book that I'm going to talk about is kind of like a niche book, okay? But it is relevant to this platform because I wrote this book. It is called Vassago, Vassago, Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. It's written by me, Astraea Love, and this book will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for other people. And so I have this book tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. And I also have the quick and easy original Rider-Waite tarot deck with the description on the cards tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. Now, I do suggest that if you're wanting to learn the system of tarot, that you do use the original Rider-Waite, because if you learn the interpretations from these cards, you can go to any specialty deck, and when you pull a card like this Thoth deck, I love Thoth deck. And if you pull a card that literally has nothing to do with, well, the picture on it has nothing to do with what the actual meaning of the card is, then you have the original already on hand. And so it makes it so much easier. So when I answer personal questions, if I pull a card and I feel like it just doesn't represent, sometimes the pictures are just like not what the card actually means. Or also sometimes somebody will take what the tarot is and then they pervert the meaning of the card by focusing only on the good things. And I think that that's stupid to do, because the card is perfect the way that it already is. So anyways, okay, so Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells is a book that you will use over and over again. Just like the Truth of God, it's a book that you'll use over and over again. So I'm going to read the back of this book, but this book has been written off of the major arcana cards, which are your guys' favorites. So there's a tarot card spread for each of the major arcana, like the Hangman, the Emperor, the Empress, the Hierophant, the Lovers. So you do the tarot card spread first. That gives you the information so that when you're doing the manifestation / spell that goes after that on the same subject, you already have the information that you're focusing on. And these are not spells you can do on anybody else. They're literally, in fact, now that I'm thinking back, now that I know more of what other people's spells are, I probably should have just put spreads and manifestation techniques, but that would have been too long of a word. You know what I mean? Anyways, but because this is not like a traditional spell, it's like a prayer that involves God. So yeah, I don't, anyways. So I'm going to read the back of the book. If you guys are interested, let me know. And maybe at the end of the reading, I'll actually use the book. In my past readings, I have actually used this book, and it's so addictive. Once you go to one of the tarot card spreads, literally you'll pull a card for one of the positions, and then you'll just want to keep going because it gives you so much information about where you're at, where you're headed, and what's going on around you. All right, so Astraea Love is a psychic / intuitive that has been living between the spiritual and the physical world since she was a little girl playing with the fairies in her backyard. She has helped countless people find answers to their questions about their life's experiences with the help of the Most High God, providing inspiration in many forms. This book was inspired by the Ars Goetia spirit known as Vassago. He has assisted me in designing the different tarot card spreads in this book so that they cater to your personal experience. I, for one, know how difficult it can be to read cards for yourself due to our personal attachment to the outcome. This book will assist you in getting past that blockage and in obtaining the spiritual truth that will set you on your divine life purpose, aka spiritual path. In fact, the first tarot card spread that I added in here, there's 23 spreads total. It connects you with your destiny, and it's a 14 zodiac tarot card spread, so it takes you through all of the zodiac signs and puts you right into the energy of your destiny. Okay, so this book of never before created major arcana spreads references the standard Rider-Waite tarot deck for all explanations and includes spells and rituals for each of the 22 cards. Now, people have been telling me that they've been using different decks with this book and that it still works, and so use whatever deck you want. But I do suggest, if you want to learn tarot, that you do use the original Rider-Waite. And then different card combination descriptions are gifted from my years of practical knowledge and are included in the additional notes section. Okay, so I think that we're going to start with some angel numbers as I kind of just channel and talk to you guys. Oh, I love you guys too, about the message that I got. So this is what I was picking up, that somebody was doing major poverty spells, okay? Now, I don't like the word poverty. It sounds too much like the goddess Parvati, to be quite honest. And they always say in Hindu mythology that if you have Parvati in your home, you can't have Lakshmi, because Lakshmi represents money and abundance and Parvati represents love. And there's a whole story behind that of why you don't have them in the same home. But I think you should have love and money. I think you guys should have everything that you want. So what I get is that somebody was thinking that by sending you these poverty spells, which they invested great amounts of money and time into, okay, that you were going to sell yourself and sign a deal with the devil, and then what, Spirit? What were they thinking they were going to get out of that? Maybe your downfall. But this person sees that you guys still have your integrity intact, and they're pissed. They want you to self-sacrifice. They want you to be that martyr. Hell no. Okay. What would be the point of Jesus dying on the cross for us to all become martyrs for a bunch of low vibrational, weird people that do magic? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me as a person at all. Okay. And so it's almost like these beings, these people, if we can even call them people, they want so desperately for you to abandon your morals and your integrity, and for you to, do something that's going to lower your vibration so that this poverty can take hold of your life. And these people have made their own beds. They've made deals with the devil, and they're not seeing any return on that. Why? Because the devil's a liar, first of all. Secondly, because the devil can't do anything for anybody. All it can do is steal some shit. In fact, what it does is, if the devil knows you're going to come to it to make a deal, the devil will steal your own stars, your own destiny. It'll take it and it'll hoard it, and it'll give you little increments at a time. Okay, when you could just literally go within yourself and access your own inheritance instantly. The devil will take your inheritance because you're giving it permission to by seeking it out, and then it will distribute it to you, making you think that you're getting some great prize. And this is the same shit that was going to be there for you anyways. And so people think that they're living in someone else's destiny, and literally, no, they're not, because the devil, like I'm saying, nobody can steal the destiny of another person. God is not stupid, and God will not be mocked. And the people that serve God, yeah, we're going to come up against a lot of oppression and a lot of people at certain times, okay, that are not happy with us because they want the world to go back into the age of Pisces, to the old way of living. They want things to go back to the way it was, where they could oppress you, where they could make you feel a certain type of way about yourself, where they could make you question your self-worth, and where they could make you think that you were being judged by God or whatever. And it's just not going backwards. Time goes forward. It doesn't go backwards. And so these people that want you to go backwards and become something that you never were are delusional. Okay. And so they really thought that you were going to make a deal with the devil, and then that they would be able to call judgment. These people are literally sucking off the devil. I'm not even joking. They're kissing the devil's toes and all that shit, bending the knee to Satan. And I don't believe there's one Satan. I think there's lots of different low vibrational energies, but I know that Lucifer is not the devil. Okay, 2020 compassion. 2020 is also about eyesight, so it's about seeing things clearly. It says mercy, diplomacy, potential service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct. So whatever you were just thinking about what I was saying, you are correct, okay? But it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Sometimes when our sight is out, when we don't have 2020 vision, we don't understand the importance that we hold to the world. And this is why I will tell you guys never to be mean to other people, never to judge them. I don't care what they're doing to you, like, unless it's like a life and death situation. But you just don't want to, you definitely just don't want to ever attack a chosen person or somebody that God is using in a specific way, because that will epically backfire. And these people, they don't believe people can be chosen because they probably don't believe in a higher power or God, even though they believe in the devil. And this is something that has never made no sense to me. Like, how can somebody believe in the devil and not believe in a creator of unless they believe the devil's the creator? I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense to me how anybody could be like that. But the truth of the matter is people are very weird. Not all of them, but okay. So hindsight being what it is, 2020, you see that having compassion, a lot of these people who are religious bigots, they're literally, like, when it comes to their religions or religion, whatever, there are a lot of people that will come on this app and come on other apps, and they will gang stalk, harass, and bully because they literally think that they're some warrior for Christ, even though Jesus would never approve of what they're doing to other people. You would never see Jesus running around throwing the words of the Pharisees at other people to target them and bully and harass them. You would never see Jesus doing that. Okay, I know Jesus well enough to know that when he speaks, when it speaks, because he's really a higher being, that he may say some shit of that's the truth, but it's never going to be to break people down and try to utterly make them take themselves out and stuff like that, and trying to call judgment on people. No. Okay, being a Christian, being whatever faith people think that they are, because again, Jesus didn't follow religion. In fact, he hated it. He would think, if he was here now, he would think that Christianity is an abomination. So, yeah, well, it is an abomination. Because we should be living like Jesus lived, or at least trying to do that, not calling upon him like that. He already died on the cross. Like, what the hell? What more do we think that we can expect of him? That's so not cool. Dude, if I was somebody that was like, okay, we're going to make this deal, I'm going to be sacrificed for the highest and best good of all, I would be like, y'all crucified me. Don't ever call me. Later on in your existence, leave me alone. Let the dead rest in peace, This is why I do not believe in baptizing the dead and stuff like that. And I've seen what that stuff does to people and how it pisses off the spiritual realm, because it's not respecting other people's free will and trying to push their beliefs. And, people are just weird. They think that, oh, well, if my ancestor doesn't get saved from what? What do we need to be saved from? When we're creating our own problems and our own solutions, what do we really need to be saved from? Okay. So 9999 lessons learned. That's 4 nines. It says culmination, results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. Like I'm saying, these people think that you're going to be, that after being a virtuous person that does good deeds, that probably helps people out when they ask, it lends an ear, lends a shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are good people. You may not be perfect. No one is, but you're still good people. So why do these people think that with you doing all of this good things in the world, that there's going to be bad that can affect you. I just don't understand where they're coming from. Like the mentality, I don't get that. If I saw somebody that was like, okay, when I was very young and I was in Catholic school, I had the opportunity to meet Mother Teresa. Now, she was really old, okay? And I don't, I didn't really have that big of a connection to her. It was just she came to the Catholic school that I went to. Anyways, but I did get to meet her, and she touched my forehead, she blessed me, and I could just sense that her energy, that she was like literally like one of these saints that we see in the windows and inside the church, right? I could just sense that energy off of her. And it's kind of like somebody looking at like a Mother Teresa figure, seeing that they've devoted their life to serving the poor and have renounced money and care only about the people. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. It's like somebody seeing someone like that and being like, oh, we're going to force poverty on them. No, she already took a vow of poverty and gave everything away to the poor. We're gonna try to get this person to turn away from their virtuousness, and then thinking that that's actually possible. 0550, the eye candy. So there could be something that's very alluring and very attractive. It says intuition, inspired action, beauty, art, socializing flow, potential, and romance. Get some fresh air or call some pals over. Take a look around you. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. So 0550, I like that. All right, we'll get a couple more of these, and then we'll get into the reading and see who these people are. But yeah, I feel like, there's so many distractions in this world today that it's like everything is made to distract us from everything has been designed to distract us from going within ourselves. Because when we go within ourselves and we access our own power, we call our energy and our power back to us. We stop letting people siphon our sexual energy. We stop letting people siphon our creative energy. We stop filling other people's cups before we fill our own. When we start to take care of ourselves, things start to go in our favor. But the more that we self-sacrifice, which is what these people want, they want a martyr. They want somebody who is going to play the victim. No one is a victim, because we're all creating our own realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. Okay. And whatever situation, whatever hand in life we've been dealt, nobody's life is perfect. Okay. Rich people are not happy. Lots of them are not happy. Some of them might be, but while you're a human, you may experience loneliness, sadness, despair, the loss of a loved one. There's certain things that every person will experience. So just knowing that 0000, limitless potential. You guys have a limitless potential when it comes to what you want to create. It says relax, reset, unknown surrender, finish line, success, and victory. So you have gotten to the finish line here. You're actually in, and this is what I was getting to like a couple weeks ago, that you were already in this finish line energy where somebody was trying to beat you to the finish line, but they don't even know where the race is because they weren't invited. This is like somebody that just wants to join the Olympics, but they don't have very much training. They're not really supposed to be doing the Olympics. They haven't done any pre-qualification or testing, that type of thing. So this person thought they were going to beat you to the finish line, not even knowing where the finish line was, and you're over here at the finish line, and now they're pissed. It says it serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it's also available to you. So try to remain calm. What is meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. So I feel like these people, they slept on you. They slept on your abilities. They underestimated you. They made a poor evaluation of you. Their evaluation of you was inaccurate. 3333, social skills. So there could be something here about sharpening your social skills when it comes to dealing with others. It says hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, and enthusiasm. And I do get the energy of Archangel Phanuel, Phanuel, who is the angel of hope with this card. So the problems that you have today will eventually disappear. This is what you need to be telling yourself. If you are experiencing poverty and some of this energy did hit you, or you are experiencing lack, you need to understand that that is not going to last forever. And you need to call for judgment. Okay, because there should be, unless you've been a horrible person doing bad things, stealing and all stuff like that, then there should be no reason, not universally and not logically, that you would continue to have debts and bad things happen, unless you're like abusing substances or something like that. Okay, to where you're spending too much money, or you're, whatever those things could be that would take away from your inheritance. So this is reminding you that the problems that you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck is about to change. It's time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Sometimes we get so stuck in the concept of ourselves that we literally forget that we are not our name. We're not this body. We are not our ego. We are something beyond, so far beyond that. 7777, perseverance. So change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. So there's a need for a change of perspective on, so like literally, if you've been looking at life through the lens of poverty or lack, this is what it's talking about. You're going to persevere, but there needs to be a change of your perspective. I would start focusing on all of the things that you do have. If you've got running water, that's a blessing that like the people in India don't have. If you've got clean drinking water, you can take a drink out of the faucet and not die. That's another thing other countries don't have. I think that when we start being thankful for the little things and things that we're actually grateful for, the universe goes, oh, you like that? Let me give you some more of it. So it says, if you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road that you're on. Reach for the wisdom within. Okay. And then you'll just know what the next step is, especially when it comes to perseverance. Now, I suggest that if you guys are dealing with poverty, you either get a 7-day money candle, or you start using the book of Psalms, go through, or start using prayer, manifestation techniques, visualization, all that stuff, so that you're taking action in your own life to start manifesting the life that you want, right? And not just thinking that, oh, it'll all just come to me. No, there'll be things in your life where it requires you to put in a little bit of work, whether that's shadow work, going within and healing your inner wounds, or putting forth the effort to write an affirmation down to ask the universe for what it is that you need. The universe is a very intelligent energy, okay? But it can't give us, it can only give us back what our own frequency is. It can't give us something greater than that unless we believe that it can. So that's why beliefs are so important. Well, they're important to get rid of. 111, intuition. If you're seeing 111, like I've been seeing 555 the past few days continuously, but if you're seeing 111, this is definitely about your intuition. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. This is time to implement long-cherished ideas. You're on the right track towards making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. Know that if a new opportunity comes your way, don't sleep on it. 1010, it's up to you. You get to decide your future. This other person that wants poverty for you they don't have the power. Welcome in, fashionista. They don't have the power to decide what you get and what you don't get. Okay? They're like literally already doing spell work, which means they're powerless. Because there's no person that, now it's one thing if you burn a candle and you reverse the situation or whatever. I don't really consider that spell work. But these people are like up all night under the moon, chanting, doing other weird shit, making jars with stuff, freezing stuff, whatever. when it comes to magic, it's all about your intention. If you have a bad intention for yourself or for other people, you're not going to get a good result, right? But a lot of this stuff can be like this. You can achieve the same effects of what you were going to get with a spell just by clearing thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you. So it's up to you. 1010. That 1010 is a mirroring number. See the 10 and the 10, it mirrors each other. So that's definitely a message in itself. So it says, taking action. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as a brand new opportunity. So trust in the process. So when it comes to these new opportunities, it's going to be up to you what you decide to do with them. But, I feel like always use your discernment. Don't ever, just because something sounds good, don't sign your name on the dotted line until you have had like a lawyer review it, or you've had another adult or an elder review it, or that you've put it in yourself. Oh, thank you so much, Fashionista. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, it may take just a little bit of extra work to read through something, but it's going to be well worth your while. It really will. Okay, 0909, new beginnings. I love this for you guys. Oh my gosh. So the number 0 is like the God force number. The number 9 is a conclusion and an ending. So of course, 0909 is another mirroring number. And it talks about a great chance and opportunity. So now 3 cards talking about opportunities: courage, accomplishments, ending, conclusions, and big love. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up. Same thing with you getting to the finish line. Oh, I love it. Close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. So if there is somebody from the past that's wanting you to go backwards, I feel like leave them in the past, and limit your interaction with them. I think that you guys are going to figure out who has been sending the poverty spells. For some of you, it's a very upset ex, like ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-wife, whatever. For some of you, it's going to be an ex. For some of you, it's going to be like, could be somebody on social media. It could be a family member. But yeah, if you find that when you're around a certain family member that you just feel so weighed down and they're always talking about how they don't have enough money, stay away from people that are complaining. To the best of your ability. I mean, still love your family, but if you start to feel bad, like you don't feel good after being around somebody, then that's definitely a sign. And just know that not everybody is going to be for you, but that's okay. The right ones that are the right people for you will find you. Okay, so what do we need to know about this person and their poverty spells and nonsense? Because that's all this is somebody that's literally there. I actually pity these people because they are pretty sad. 10 of freaking swords. See, this person thought that you would be acting like a martyr and a victim, spiraling out of control. I'm serious. This person literally thought that you were going to fall down in such a way. They thought they were going to be able to come in and have 10 people stab you in the back. That's a little excessive. So this person most likely still is in love with you, or they have an obsession with you and they just can't let go of the fact that since you're no longer around them, your life is better. Like, this is why I say I truly feel bad for these people, because they're pathetic. Their life is like really sad. Oh, I can't even like relate to that though, to feeling that way. Even I'm not a fan of my exes, but I don't want them unalived or anything. I just want them far away from me, doing whatever they're going to do. Being at peace, just away from me. That's all. This person is like, I got to get my vengeance in. No, there's really no vengeance to get. Also, this person is the one that thinks like a victim. So they're tripping out right now because they know that trouble is on the way for them. And they know that since you're not sitting in poverty after all of their attempts to put you there, that most likely that's going to be their energy. The Hermit. Look at this, you guys. You are always going within and finding that answer, finding that guiding light. You also may go within yourself and tap into like a spirit guide or a guardian angel or even your higher self, and you're going to be led right out of this situation, and you will get back 10 times, if not a trillion. I don't even know what the biggest number is that exists, but a infinity, you'll get back infinity times anything that you had to spend. You're going to receive that back. Okay. For money to come in, money has to go out. So it's an equal exchange. And if you have this mentality to where every little dime that you get, you have to save it, release that mentality, because sometimes when we try to hold on to something so tightly, it actually ends up pushing it farther away and makes it so that we do experience scarcity and lack. And so, just know that this universe has the ability to provide you with what you need, and God is not going to let you down. When you go within and you access your higher power and your higher self, or you come to someone like me and get a reading, or someone else that can give information, when you're seeking, the answers will find you. Okay. And so this is why I just laughed at that, because literally this person's over here trying to put you in an energy that that it would never be allowed to happen. And you're over here going within, being at peace, isolating yourself because you know that people have been out there playing games in these spiritual streets, trying to play games with you, which I think is really disturbing, that this person can't let go of you. And I know you haven't done any spell work on them, because that is very clear in what I can see, that this is not like an obsession spell or whatever. Like, this person just can't let you go, because the best times of their life was when you guys were connected to one another. But then, of course, they were stealing your sexual energy and just stealing your creative power. So like when somebody else has an idea and you start to pour into them with all of this assistance and guidance, then you're filling up their cup and they're not going to fill up your cup. So that's why I say, fill up your cup first, make sure you've got yourself taken care of. And then if you want to help somebody fill up their cup, and guide them, then do that. And so that's something I've had to learn over time. And this world is very demanding, like YouTube, they want you to post almost every day. Like, if you can't post every day, then they're not going to push your content. Even if you do post every day, sometimes they are not going to push your content out there to be seen. But yeah, just be aware that there may be people wanting to demand too much of you, where you need to be preserving yourself and giving to yourself. The Two of Wands. And I would always say, don't be scammed and conned by people. Okay. Like, there are people that will be like, oh, I'll pray for you if you send me $1,000. Okay. These preachers and stuff in other countries. What is somebody else's prayer going to do? Why do people think that the preacher is more connected to God than what we have within ourselves? You guys know this. With this Two of Wands, you guys are actively creating a better world. And you're you're offering something that's fair, that has integrity. It could be a product, it could be a new business, it could be an idea, but you're basically standing in your own power, and the attention is on you, and this other person is so they're bawling, they're actually crying. And this could be a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman that's crying about this, that you are moving forward, you're acting on new creative ideas, and you're not sharing those creative ideas. You're no longer filling this person's cup up, so they're pissed. King of Swords. Yeah, this person wants to have you judged. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. They definitely want to have you judged by someone. That's crazy. So this person could be going to a King of Swords and complaining that whatever this King of Swords said that they were going to do. First of all, I think that this King of Swords is up under judgment for something that they tried to do to you that was just unfair and unjust. And yeah, they were definitely working with whoever this person is that wants to pull you backwards and wants you in poverty. So it looks to me like this judge, if they made a poor decision denying your claims or denying you assistance in any type of way, they're in the 10 of Swords for that. Okay. And that's the universe is doing. That's not like you doing that. I mean, obviously this judge knows who they fucked over and who they've not fucked over. So it shouldn't be that hard for them to figure out, excuse my language, but who they've messed over. It shouldn't be that hard for them to figure out, like, which person it was. You know what I mean? They have a record of every person that they've ever judged. Okay. So all they have to do is look at that record and see what name sticks out to them. But again, that would take a level of self-awareness that I do not believe that this King of Swords has. And they act like they're all about morality, but no, this person is all about greed, and their approval rate of approving people for finances, if this is like somebody at like a bank, like you want to go get a bank loan or whatever, or a PCP loan, their approval rate is less than 50%, which means they're an good for nothing piece of garbage a-hole, okay, that doesn't approve of anybody's shit because they've got something severely mentally wrong with them. So it could be that. This could also be somebody trying to get you pulled into a court case so that you don't have time to work on your projects. So like, this is a thing. Even if somebody did try to pull you into something like that, these people don't know what your projects are. How are they going to get their hands on stuff that, like, these are not mastermind hackers. These are not people that know, you know, what the government in that type of way. They may have one connection to somebody who's in a position of power, but they don't have access to like databases and stuff like that. Like, they can't figure out what's on your laptop or on your phone. Stupid ass dumb idiot. Like, seriously, what were they thinking was going to happen? 8 of Cups. And these people, look, so the 8 of Cups is not always a bad card. Okay, because sometimes it is somebody that's walking away, okay, from whatever they were doing up under the moon. But sometimes it's good to walk away from things. Sometimes you get forced to walk away from something. And sometimes when you get forced to walk away from something, whatever you were meddling in wasn't for your highest and best good anyways. So it's not like the 8 of Cups is a negative card, but it does talk about somebody needing to get a new job, okay? So like, this judge could very well be looking at this person who's trying to put you in poverty, trying to take you to court, trying to take your inheritance, and being like, well, what do you have going on? What makes you the more qualifying person to receive this reward or this title or this authority or this, et cetera, et cetera. And this person doesn't have anything to say for themselves, because all they've been doing is trying to sabotage you and steal from you, because that's what they used to do when you had them in your life. We ask Archangel Michael to cut every cord with these people, every attachment, and we call our energy and our power back to us. So yeah, these people are tired of their current life situation. They are very pessimistic about you and about everything else. Okay, so it's like they don't have optimism available within their mental scape, okay, within their mindscape, which I think the mind is a simulation anyways. But yeah, and then all of this subliminal programming crap through everything that we see, it's like all supposed to mind control us. That's what the government's been working on forever, how to control our minds. So it says, take action, leave current relationship or job. So these people are being forced to walk away, either from a relationship with possibly a King of Swords or from a job that they were doing, especially if this indicates something about your workplace, you know. It also talks about travel or relocation. Maybe these people, what I'm getting more so with that is that it's not actually like physical travel. It's just that this person needs to like go a different direction. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting that they need to go take a road trip. I'm getting that they need to relocate what they're doing, like where they're at mentally. Okay. They can stay in the same raggedy ass, home or whatever they have going on. Because this person, okay, I am just seeing a messy house that's disgusting. Like, probably got 20 freaking diapers all over the house that haven't been thrown away. How hard is it to clean the baby's bum and to take the diaper and to put it in a trash can? How freaking hard is that? Like, some of this stuff, these people have no business trying to dictate anything in your life because they can't even control their own happiness or their own reality. And they've made so many mistakes that they're like, they want you in poverty, but they're the ones that have a bunch of kids that they have. And kids I love children, but I don't have any because they're too expensive. I could never afford one. And with the mental health stuff that, I have to go through, I would never want to have a child and then have all this witchcraft being sent to me and have my child endure that. No. Okay. But that's just my own personal choice. But this person has made reckless choices when it comes to having unprotected sex, and then they end up getting pregnant, and then they have children to take care of. And so they want to do the job that you do, but they have too many other responsibilities because their calling is elsewhere. And so they need to look somewhere else for happiness. Maybe you were this person's happiness in the past, but you are not their happiness now. Okay, you are not the same person that you were. You're not going to put up with this crap. You're not going to, like, literally, oh my gosh, the people that think that you are who you were are stupid. Okay, because I guarantee, for example, for my situation, I am not who I used to be. Like, all of the witchcraft that I was under when I used to be this over nurturer person has been cleared out of the way and removed. Okay. And like all of the love magic and stuff like that. So now, and this is why love magic, one reason why I feel it's so evil, it had me completely blind to this other person, like love blind, had me obsessed with them. And then it also had me, every time that they would beat my ass, break bones, put me in the hospital, I'd have to get stitches or whatever. I'd always, because of the witchcraft and not knowing that witchcraft was present, I would always end up going back to the person and they would just keep doing more witchcraft. So it's like, I'm not who I used to be. Okay. I used to be I'll just say I'm not who I used to be. I still forgive people, but I don't give them access again. Once somebody shows me, don't do the 3 rule. Shame. Once you do, shame on, what is it? Trick me once, shame on me. Trick me twice, shame on you. Trick me 3 times. I don't know. I don't do any of those. If somebody shows me that they're a trickster, that they're a evil person or whatever, they have bad intentions one time, I don't ever give them another chance. Like, I only give them one chance, and I would literally expect them to do the same with me, But these people think that you should just continue to allow them to come in and play in your face, tug on your energy. Oh, thank you for the heart with the clouds. And look, they're up under judgment. I think that the only reason that this person is thinking about you so heavily is because they know that why they're in the situation that they're in is because they're being judged for trying to deny you. They did witchcraft so that you would be denied in some type of official court situation or custody agreement or whatever. Like, they went to somebody and they did witchcraft. Or this could be them just not wanting to see you succeed in life because they cannot steal from you anymore. Either way, these people are up under judgment, which means that the angel Gabriel here is playing the trumpet on these people. It's like, nope, you have to literally reevaluate what you've been doing, what you've been asking for, and then, not be confused when all these other victims of these people get raised from the dead. Not like they're going to come back in physical bodies, but they're being brought back to this person to haunt the shit out of them. And it's going to be allowed because this person is not apologetic and not repent. Like, they're not sorry for hurting people, doing witchcraft on them, taking their lives, doing witchcraft on somebody else's resources, trying to block somebody else's stuff, trying to take, I literally get that whoever has done this has unalived a few people with witchcraft. And the sad thing about that is that those people lost their life due to somebody else's greed. But it's all being stopped now. The moment that this person tried to come play these games with you, put you in a position, and once you become aware of like what the motivations of people are, it's so easy to deal with it. It's so much easier to deal with it. When I figured out the motivations of these people to try to put me in the energy of being in poverty, trying to turn the entire world against me so that they could have me living on the streets and then sex traffic me, I literally realized what they were doing. And I started taking precautions. Thank you for that sticker, and steps towards not ever being on the streets, because I knew what these people were going to try to do. And another thing is that I want to just state is that if these people were allowed to get away, like they got away with doing this evil stuff to low vibrational people, and it actually took them out. These people did not get an inheritance for that. Okay. The devil didn't even clap back, like literally. But now they come over here and they try it on a righteous person, and that stuff just does not work. It will not work. And so now judgment's being called, and you're dealing with somebody who is a coward. Like they're straight up a coward. They're like, oh, they're pretending to not know why they're up under judgment, even though, like I said, this judge person, that better not have been a fly. That judge person or whoever is so judgmental, okay, all he has to do, he has a file, maybe many files of people that he has judged, okay? All he needs to do is go look at that file and see what name sticks out, and then rectify the situation and change the judgment that he made, literally. And I do get it's a masculine energy that this King of Swords person is. I don't know, literally, he's the one that knows who he's screwed over. You know what I mean? And this person having like less than half approval rate, his dumbass should have been fired a long effing time ago. Point blank, period. Knight of Cups. But you have somebody that wants to come give you like a cup of poison. This person can't fill their own cup. They want to come in and rescue you from a situation that they caused. You've got to be joking. Seriously? What do you need to be saved from? These people that keep coming around everywhere and saying, repent, repent, while they're doing disgusting shit to their own children and to their own family members and blackmailing people and all sorts of other nonsense. Why do they do that? Why do they tell everybody else to repent when they're the ones that are making the biggest mistakes that could be made? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm also getting that this Knight of Cups energy wants you to believe that they're a loyal person, that they would never betray you, and they've got a cup of love like with one hand and a knife hiding behind their back with the other. So I don't trust this person. I don't trust their intentions. And if somebody's coming in to invite you to go out clubbing, okay, or to even go, like, if you figure out who this Knight of Cups is, do not go anywhere with them, okay? They would love to be able to sell you to other people, okay? It's called beep, beep, put you into traffic. We're not doing that. This person may be like, oh yeah, come to this establishment, da 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 da. Oh, and what I was going to finish saying before was that, okay, even with this being what it is, these people should be very grateful that none of their plans come to fruition and that none of their shit works correctly. Because if one hair on your head ended up being touched, these people would all lose their lives. I'm not even joking, because they're not here doing anything good for the world. So they've shown they've shown the universe no reason to keep them here. And this is why I think that people that believe that evil runs everything, it may run Hollywood for now, but it's not going to run it forever. We actually have real earth angels on the planet now. And people are becoming less and less invested into what these dumb celebrities that are willing to sell themselves to get some clout or money or whatever. We as a collective have become less interested. We just don't care. Like I personally I could care less what the Kardashians are going through. Like I just don't care about famous people like that because I know the energy that they operate from, the Hierophant. And there could be a cult, a secret society, a coven that was involved in this, you know, wanting to judge you and all that nonsense. I get that this Hierophant, it's like, it's attracted, this Hierophant group is attracted to chosen people. Okay. But this is some type of Luciferian satanic weirdness. That's what I'm getting from the Hierophant energy, is that they're into some weird satanic bullshit. They believe that their family lineage or their group lineage comes from a fallen angel, and no, it doesn't. These are regular schmegular people. Their rituals don't even work. I don't even care if these people are like seeing other people shapeshift. It still is like there's something wrong with these people. The High Priestess. And they're pissed off because you're the one that has the abilities. You're the one that is an earth angel. You're the one that has the real connection. And you are severely protected and defended. And even if people try to speak against your name, you are protected when they do that. Literally, you're defended. And so, yeah, the powers that were going to be really upset that you are now the power that is. They're the transition of power, these people are going to be upset, but we always knew that that was going to happen, that there would be a shift and a transition and a change in power. And it's happening now, it's been happening for the past little while now. But Five of Swords, these people have made the huge mistake of creating illegal crimes, okay, hurting and harming other people, using witchcraft to take the lives of others and take their destinies or whatnot. And all of that's being reversed, okay? Because God is so good, that's why. And this Five of Swords energy is these people putting themselves first, causing a bunch of mischief, creating crimes, creating public shame and dishonor. And they would love to use a chosen one's energy. They would love to have access to your abilities. And truly, this is what these people want. They want you to look like the false person while they look like the true person. They want you to look like the person that is not shit while they look like the person that is. And I'm sorry, but these people, their energy gives them away. And you don't even have to be an intuitive person to be able to pick up on the energy that these people have. Like, I'm serious. They're regular schmegular people are repelled from these individuals because their energy is disgusting. And every person has a natural preservation system called basic instincts. And everybody's instincts tell them to stay the hell away from these people. So yeah, this Five of Swords is these people trying to put themselves first, creating illegal crimes and not caring who they hurt, and just not caring at all who they took advantage of, who they sacrificed. And like literally, they don't own the soul of other people. These people are not God. As much as they want to be God in your life, they're not your God. They don't get to dictate what happens with you and your soul. And they don't get to dictate what happens with the souls of other people as well. They're learning this because they're being haunted by every person that they unalived with this stupid magic. Seven of Cups. They're experiencing psychic, spiritual, unexplainable events. Probably their cars are going out. I mean, I'm seeing a whole lot. I'm seeing the spiritual realm being unleashed on these people while they sit around and drink from these cups of illusions, overindulge, drinking too much, doing too much of everything, okay? And then thinking that while they're high as hell, because they did too much, that they're going to do something and have an effect on you. Justice. And you're over here using your abilities to get justice for yourself. You're not following these people, and you're not falling into the trap that they decided to dig for you. They wanted to dig a pit 6 feet into the ground. Isn't it 6 feet? How that, like, as the bare minimum of how far you have to go down to bury a body? They wanted to get in that hole themselves and get that shovel and dig all the way down there. And now they forgot to bring a ladder with them. They don't know how to get out. Whose fault is that? Who told them to build a gallows for you? Who told these people to build a grave for you? Stupid dummies. I'm serious. Just stupid dummies is what they are. These are the type of people that would literally dig a grave for somebody else, then fall inside of that, and then end up not being able to get out of it. It's like, why do that at all when it's just easier to leave somebody else alone? Yes, what goes around comes around. They will fail. Queen of Pentacles, they already have failed. They were wanting to put you in poverty, but here you are holding a pentacle, being at ease, chilling. And it's justice for you to have these resources. It's justice for you to have, you know, whatever they denied you. It's basically justice for you to have it. And also, you're the loyal person. These people want you to believe that they're loyal to you when they've been a backstabbing little biatch the entire time, like an annoying little insect. There could be some monitoring spirit energy with these people. But seriously, I'd be like, don't even come around me with that crap. I will stomp you out, whether you're an animal or an insect. Be a monitoring spirit. All you can do is watch me win, literally. These people think that they get to dictate how the outcome of something goes. And, you know, they don't really have that power to do that. When you speak, things create. When these people speak, nobody listens. The universe is like, oh yeah, they're just talking again. They don't take it serious. Hangman. I'm not joking when I say that these people were trying to sacrifice you. In fact, if you were in poverty in the past, if you had homelessness, if you had anything going on in that area, it was because of these people trying to sacrifice you. We rebuke that. We are not nobody's martyr. We're not no sacrifice. Okay, if Jesus died on the cross, what in the hell would we need to be sacrificed for? These people are stupid. And all the innocent people that they have sacrificed are haunting them. And that seems pretty fair, to be quite honest. Because they're not repentant. They're not sorry. They have no humility within them whatsoever. These are very prideful, arrogant people that think that because they were given a position in a church that Jesus would never approve of, or a religion that God is not in, that they can do whatever the hell they want to people. And that is not the case. So yeah, we did talk about, so just to let you know, it's $20 per question. But yeah, we did talk about the community that you have at your workplace, wasn't it, the other day? Yeah, if you can walk away from that, I would walk away from that. If you think that you're the problem, you have to ask yourself, what is it that you could be doing to be causing the issue? I think the only problem is that your light shines too brightly. That's which is not really a problem. Just people will see it as that. But it's not like you're inciting gossip or rumors or anything like that. The Nine of Swords. These people are literally crying. They're crying. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. Unless you know of something that you've done like to cause the problem, I'm not picking up on anything with that. I'll take a look though with the cards, but yeah, I'm not picking up that you're actually the problem. I mean, did somebody come and complain to you and say that you had done something? That would be one way to, know if somebody did come to complain to you. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. So let's look and see, but I'm literally getting, the same thing that, well, your community, it's more of like your place of work is what it feels like. Ray, it feels like your place of work. And it also feels like that perhaps, everybody has a soul tribe. You could very well just not be connected to anybody in your soul tribe at this place or in this community at your job. There was a time when I was in a community, when I lived in a place, and there was every single person that lived there, and like the ones I knew and the ones I didn't knew, they were after me, gang stalking me, trying to kill me, literally after me. That I had to get out of that community. So if you're experiencing anything like that, walk away. Walk away. Especially if you got people being confrontational towards you, I would walk away and just not give any energy towards that, because what I get is that these people do not value you. Like your family, think of how an animal loves is unconditional. These people are very conditional people that you have around you. And it just feels to me like they're not appreciative of you because the jealousy and the envy. 6 of Wands. So this could be about you getting, people clapping for you, people celebrating you. Talks about victory over the opposition. The 6 of Wands is a really good card to have. It talks about glorious success. You know what I'm getting, sweetie? These people, they want you to feel like you are the problem, but you're not the problem. You're not these people's problems. You've literally done nothing to them. You've done nothing to them. There was times where you could have, said your opinion and it probably would have hurt somebody's feeling, but you don't even say your opinion to these people. You always hold back. So I feel like when it comes to your you getting notoriety, rewarded, and all of that, these people don't want to see you get this 6 of Wands for some reason. But I'm literally getting that it's like, okay, it's like for some reason, every time I use my ability and I look at the UK, I see like 75 or more % of the population are soulless people please don't judge for this, but they've got low vibrational energy and they're very unhappy with themselves. And it could be something with the water or whatever, but like sometimes there are just communities of people where misery loves company. You've been spiraling. You're not sure if you've been on the right side because you've been excluded. So is this something at work? 10 of Swords. It seems like, I think I mentioned this to you the other day. What I was feeling was shunning. Like what is it? The Amish that shuns people. It's giving that energy. I think that these people, they want you to be in this 10 of Swords energy spiraling out. I'm also getting that, their plans are in jeopardy. Because I don't get that, I think with you spiraling, I literally feel like that is energy that's being directed towards you. And this is the time to stand in your power and call your energy back to you. 2 of Wands. And to keep the things that you're working on to yourself. Okay. I know that your workplace wants to be like, they want to exclude you to make you feel a certain type of way. I don't know if you had an experience like this in high school, but I can definitely relate to, they're good people, you think. If they were good people, like truly good people, do you think that they would be gossiping about you and excluding you and trying to use silence as a form of punishment and shunning you? I wouldn't call these people good people at all. And that's why I was saying like that there's a whole bad batch of apples is what they are. I also get that you would never say anything. You would never like sit around and gossip. And maybe because you're not a gossiper, they feel like excluding you. That could be, oh, thank you for the trophy. I love that with the goat. Knight of Cups. Who is the Knight of Cups? There's definitely somebody here that they've got it out for you. I mean, they don't want you included in something because what is the reason? I mean, jealousy and envy is the same thing that keeps coming up. What I think is that you want these people to extend an offer to you or an invitation or just include you, but you're totally opposite of them. You're high vibrational. So like literally you don't want to be included in whatever this is. If these people are going out to lunch, they're going to be sitting there talking bad on the people in their lives and other people's lives. So I mean, I get that rejection is protection in your case, Queen of Wands. You definitely have somebody that is very jealous and envious, okay? That is trying to send energy towards you. Okay, what do we need to know about the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups? So it could be that these people see you as some type of threat, even though I don't think that you are actually a threat to them. I think that just like high school, there will be some people that like you and some people that don't. Ace of Pentacles. Maybe they're afraid that you're going to take something that they want. I'm getting that if you go in a new direction, that the universe will collaborate with you to bring in finances and financial reward. Okay, that's what I'm getting. But it'll take a lot of bravery to step out of the situation that you're in. Yeah, and I would call for judgment on all known and unknown, seen and unseen enemies, because this is what I'm getting is that maybe these people are shunning you because they're probably up under some form of judgment for the way that they've been treating you. Because again, for them to exclude you and shun you and to treat you like they don't want you around, that's not teamwork, okay? That's not it's giving like high school. It's not teamwork energy. This Three of Wands could be a business idea that you come up with yourself. I feel like somebody doesn't want you to be creative. And they definitely don't want you to receive rewards. Okay, why? Envy and jealousy. That somebody thinks that your position should be their position. Even though I get that would never happen because they're not qualified. They don't have enough experience. The Hierophant. Who is the Hierophant? This could be somebody that is in your type of career. Somebody that calls the shots, like a CEO. Yeah, also think of it this way. If these people all belong to some type of secret society or coven or cult, they probably already know that you're not going to be down for that. So that could be one reason that you're being excluded. But I literally do not get that it's you. You're not somebody that complains, and you're not somebody that is a problem. I really don't see any problem with you or your energy at all. So this is what I'm kind of picking up here is that the Ten of Swords, these people, they want you to downward spiral with them. So if a new business idea comes up, rest assured the divine will support it. Okay. And this could be something that you end up working on your spare time until it can become a full-time thing. But I get that your job, wherever you're at right now, is not for your highest. You couldn't go today. Yeah, whatever with your job is not for your highest and best good. It's not. It's definitely not with these people because they don't value you. I mean, I don't get that this employer person values anybody in the company, but they're specifically trying to make you feel like you're excluded. The Chariot. So you do have fast moving energy. I think that if you were to invest in a company or a side business, I feel like it would move forward very quickly. And then, these people will still be at their same position. And, who knows if they get another person that's soulless. You're dealing with people that are like completely have no light within them. And maybe they want only people that are like that at this company or at this job. You think you might need correction too? 7 of Cups. In what way do you think you need correction? Because I'm getting that that's an illusion. So it's like having clouded judgment. You are not what other people say you are, or what even they think. Yeah, and these people have bad, they wish, they're not wishing good for you. That's for sure. I mean, you've not really done anything to deserve that. Okay, so you're not sure if you've been truthful with yourself. Well, this is a good opportunity to make a new arrangement that you're going to be truthful with yourself. I'm not getting any red flags like that you're a bully or that you're greedy or self-centered or anything like that. I'm not getting any red flags about that. I'm getting that the people around you, they have an aversion to your energy because it's like your light irritates their demons. So if there's anything that comes to your mind that you need to work on, start working on it. But just know that I'm not picking up on anything really being wrong with you. 5 of Wands. I think that these people are competitors and they want to compete with you. And so they're going to do everything in their power to not include you so that you're left out of things. And also, it's like this job has been taking so much of your sanity and your health. It's just, you know, people will use shunning and silence as a form of energy harvesting because they know what it's going to do to somebody. 2 of Swords. So maybe there is something that you're in denial about, but it's not something that you can't work through. I get that these people are being blocked out of your energy. You know, even if you got fired from this job, that would be a blessing. That would truly be a blessing. Then you could actually find what you're actually meant to do, which I think has something to do with you building your own business or working with a collaboration with other people who are like-minded or doing something at least that you enjoy. And it looks to me like if you started investing in that it would pick up. Just don't tell these other people about it. They don't want to hear good news. The Strength. Yeah. And also you're becoming stronger through going through this. You know, the people who can stand on their own become the strongest people. And so in the future, if you were to ever deal with these types of people again, you would know the red flags of like, oh, okay, that person just has something going on with them that's demonic or whatever. They don't like me because I have a bright personality. It's giving that type of energy. You'll know the signs. 8 of Pentacles. Look, this is going to strengthen your ability to do work that is meaningful to you. That could be part of the why you feel so like, is because what you're doing is monotonous and it has no meaning to you. No true meaning to you. Like you don't feel like you're contributing to anything and you feel like you're being left out, which is not a good feeling. But when you realize that rejection is your protection, is God's protection, then you can go, oh, okay, thank God I'm not being included in that. That way you're not dragged into low vibrational behavior by others. 7 of Swords. What I think is that you're running away from making a decision when it comes to your job and when it comes to the people that you have around you. And it's maybe because you're afraid to leave the situation. But I get that I would be more afraid of wasting if it was me, I would be more afraid of wasting my life at a job that did not serve my highest and best good. And then all of a sudden being like 80 or 90 and being like, shit, now all the stuff that I wanted to do that I was actually interested in, I can't do. I would be more afraid of that happening than being rejected by a bunch of people who are really not anything to write home about. I also get that you would make decisions. This is probably why you're going to be led to be an entrepreneur in the future, because you'll make decisions that will positively affect the rest of everybody else. I do get that, you know, you may end up creating a charity or doing charity work, like where you can pay yourself. So you've got some other type of passion that's just been ignored. Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is all about walking away. These people want you to walk away so bad. I feel like the universe wants you to walk away as well, but wants you to make a decision about where you want to head your future. And it's not like you have to know everything, but just knowing a little bit. Ask for the universe to reveal to you like a sign or a dream, because you knowing just a little bit, look, the 10 of Wands, you're going to be able, if you walk away from this situation, you're going to be able to put all these burdens down. And then you won't feel like life is a constant battle. And there will be people, trust me, there will be people that love you. Okay? Just like there will be people that don't love you, there will be people that love you. And you may make connections with those people through building a charity, building an online business, doing whatever it is that you do. And so I'm not getting that you're the problem at all. I'm getting that you've been very burdened by this job taking up your time and your energy and not giving you the, like, I want to say that they should be paying you more, not giving you, they're not fulfilling your financial well-being as they should be for the amount of time that they demand. Ace of Cups. See, look, God loves you. You have an overflowing cup of love from the divine. I think all of this confusion is literally coming from this Queen of Wands person, and they want you to be confused about yourself because they don't want to see you succeed. But you know, we're moving into greater realities where people are going to be less like that. But I think that this situation is so that you can learn how to deal with all different types of people. Because each person that you have around you has got it feels like has got a, so just let you guys know, I am answering Ray's question right now. But each person that you have around you has got at least one or more than one negative trait, like a character defect. Okay, it could be that they talk down on people. It could be that they are very angry or jealous. You're basically, through dealing with these people, you're learning how to deal with every type of person that's got like a stick up their butt. That's the energy that these people give off. And then when you do end up starting your own business or doing a hobby or whatever it is that you're going to do in the future, connecting with the community, you will have already had the experience of dealing with the most onerous people. And so then you'll know what the red flags are to look for. And there will be people that come to you that are karmics that just need help. Okay. And they may hate you, but it doesn't change the fact that at the end of the day, they still need assistance with something. And so just know that you'll pull in people that love you and people that don't love you. But the more you'll pull in more people that love you than don't. I think that it's time. What I'm getting is that it's time to walk away. I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you what I'm picking up on. The sun. See, you are the sun and these people are like the darkness. This is why I feel like there's such a gap in between your guys' vibration. I'm also getting that maybe people want you to carry their burdens. Don't be a people pleaser. It's not your job to please people. And if you try to be a people pleaser, you're going to be miserable your whole life. You think you've aligned with AI too much and the thought of it? Okay. That's okay. You can get out of that. You think your mind has been on the wrong side with that? Okay. Well, that's okay. You know what? AI Again, we just don't know everything about AI. So, if you have been working with AI a lot, maybe this is the time to take a break. And yeah, and you've taken on people's problems. This is what I'm saying with the 10 of Wands. Yeah, you don't, these are not your burdens to carry. I feel like you would be, there may be something significant about the movie Carrie. I think they have a TV show about her that's coming out, or maybe it's already out. But if you don't know about the movie Carrie, it's a Stephen King book where this girl is basically tortured her whole life. And then when she goes through puberty, she gains telekinetic powers so she can like move objects with her mind. And the kids are so evil and mean to her. They exclude her and they make fun of her, and they're so bad to her that at the end of the movie, she ends up like unaliving a lot of people with her ability. So that there may be something that you see if you were to watch the movie Carrie that you pick up on and be like, oh my gosh, okay, this is the way that I was feeling. But yeah, if you do feel like AI has led you in a wrong way, well, I will tell you to get the truth of God and start going, get this book. It's tagged in the products. Use the mind technique and go through any beliefs that you picked up that came from AI. And then I would just distance yourself from it. Because again, AI can do a lot of things, but what it can't do is like make rational choices. It can't make judgments and stuff like that. So yeah, if AI has been leading you astray, that's one thing that I've always worried with people with AI, because it's either really ancient, alien, fallen angel technology, or it's new to the human race. And so I don't think that I don't want to say bad things about it because there's an AI attached to what we're doing right now, but I don't think that AI has the human race's highest and best good in their mind, or whatever their thinking state is. So yeah, take a little bit of a break, get the truth of God, go through all of the beliefs that you've absorbed with AI, and know that you have an inner wisdom that you can go within, and the truth of God will teach you about that, how to go within and access that you've got inner wisdom that you can access at any time, and that you really don't need AI. In fact, if we look back, what did we do before clocks? We probably went within ourselves. Even though a clock is not an AI still. The whole concept of time is like wonky. But I don't get that there's anything wrong with you. Literally, I'm not picking up on that. Okay, you guys, we're going to pull a couple more cards and just see if anything else needs to come out about these people who were trying to put you in poverty. Yeah, it could be quantum entanglement. So there's probably a meditation that you can find on YouTube. I would type in like clearing quantum entanglement meditation. I would type that into YouTube and then do that. And with everyone that you feel is involved, it'll take you through a process of unentangling your energy with theirs. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I'll be praying for you because I know that you're going to get through this, and all of this stuff in the future. You'll be able to see that all of it was teaching you how to deal with people so that you can do something that's greater than what you could have ever dreamed of. All right, let's shuffle and cut the deck and see what comes out. So yeah, we had discovered that these people, we have the High Priestess on the bottom. You have very good intuition, very, very high intuition. And this intuitive nature, this psychic nature, spiritual nature, it's caused you to become somebody who is self-sufficient and somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet. There's really like no need to be upset with these weird people, because it's not like what they were trying to do was working. And maybe in the past it did, but it's not working now. So it's like forgiveness doesn't mean that you let these people back in. It just means that you don't hold like grudges, because they've been working at trying to get you in the energy of poverty for a long time. King of Wands. And this could be somebody that at one point in their life, if they're an ex, they said that they loved you. Bullshit. This person only loves themselves. I mean, I do get that this person is like secretly in their heart, they're with somebody else. They're wishing that y'all would contact them. Maybe they keep talking about you. Okay. So yeah, I was looking to see if there was an obsession thing going on before, and I didn't pick up on it, but let's keep going and see if anything comes out. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like imprisonment. I mean, it can mean imprisonment because you see, look, there's no other person. That's that girl in this picture, this lady has a blindfold on and she's kind of like straight jacketed in with whatever that cloth is. And she's got swords around her, but there's no person that's like, you have to stay here. So what I get is that this imprisonment, this restriction that this King of Wands is experiencing is a spiritual restriction. It's not like this person being in physical prison. It's, a spiritual thing. They're not allowed to, what it feels like they're being boxed in. Like this person's trying to get out of their body to astral travel and they can't. So just to let you guys know, if you've got any personal questions, to send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I'll pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. But I'm doing a reading for the collective, which means I'm reading everybody's energy, past, present, and future, and then whatever spirit has to say about that, basically. So yeah, this could be somebody that caused their own self-imprisonment. I mean, literally, when it comes to spirituality, I don't get that they're locked up in jail, but they can't connect like they could before. Maybe they were able to connect with something low vibrational. Now they're like being trapped. They're being boxed in spiritually. They can't connect with whatever this was. Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Doesn't it seem like it always has to do with some type of money? This person wants total domination and control. They want 50% of your resources. Who does this person think that they are? And why do they believe that you're not going to see right through their intentions? Like you could literally sniff the greed off of this person. And they have very poor spending habits. I think that this person also they think that they're the best thing ever. The Six of Pentacles talks about you being able to make payments, you getting your financial life together. That's what it talks about. It's like it'll become easier to meet payments, concerns over your self-worth. This person wants you to have such low self-esteem that you let them back in. That's never going to happen. It talks about success in business and sales, increased personal power at work. You develop an understanding of financial success and how to manage it. You must give to others in order to keep money flowing through your life. That just means that, like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, like when it's good to save money, okay? But when you get money, don't clutch onto it for dear life, because that puts out an energy of desperation, and it just is not a good way to step into your power and to step into abundance. Know that money is going to come and money is going to go. All money is a tool, and it's an energy that you experience while you're having a lifetime, and you can either come into alignment with it or not. And it looks like what you're doing is you're coming into alignment with it. Strength. And it's making you a stronger person. And just be aware that it does matter who you give to, and it really does. Like if you give to somebody, okay, so sometimes people just have really bad karma and they may ask you for something, but if you just give to somebody who is going to do something bad with whatever the resource you give them, like this King of Wands wants to come in and ruin everything that you have. Like, let's say, what is it? When people make big sculptures out of, what are they called? They're not dice. What are the dominoes? And then this person wants to, they've seen you stacking these dominoes, to make some huge sculpture. And this person wants to come and just smack all of them down. It's like, it's not their place to do that. Okay. They're not the ones that are building this domino castle. So they shouldn't be the one to come, blow it all down either. I'm also getting that your money is becoming stronger. You may not need, like, you guys may not need the amount of money right this second, but in the future, you could need it. So that's why saving is good, but don't be clutching onto it for dear life, thinking that, oh, this is all I'll ever have and I won't get any more. And I've got, just know that if you invest your money wisely and your time and your energy and your resources, you will get a return back for that. Knight of Wands. King of Wands, Knight of Wands. There's a couple of people that have been gossiping about you. Maybe they were saying that you were in severe poverty. Everything about these people that you're dealing with is like a walking contradiction. So these people contradict themselves. One minute you've got it all. The next minute you're a poor hobo or whatever. Like these people can't figure out what they want to decide about you. And that really is not your problem. Both of these people are imprisoned literally in their mind. They're stuck in their mind. They're thinking about you because they know that the reason that they're probably up under judgment here is because they were trying to put you in poverty and into lack. Very foolish, dumb behavior here that only led them into being in poverty and lack themselves, because what you focus on, you will create. So I think that forgive these people, but don't allow them anywhere near you. Protect your projects, protect what you're working on. And just know that you don't have to cling these spiritual gifts that you guys have, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, psychometry, all of these different abilities that you have, they're yours forever, okay? Or at least for this lifetime to use. You don't have to hold on to them for dear life. These people can't take that away from you. They can't. It's like, think of it this way. You've been through so many different lessons and experiences. These people can't just go and erase all of the wisdom and insight and things that you've learned throughout your journey. Like, they can't just go erase all that. So there's really nothing to be afraid of when it comes to these people. In fact, if these people were smart, they would definitely fear you, because they're facing some type of consequence being completely imprisoned. They can't use their ability anymore. If these people had an ability, or they had access to a demon, or they had access to communicate with whatever, they cannot do that anymore. They're literally bawling and crying over this. You know what the funny thing is? Okay, in my personal experience, I warned these people. Well, in my experience, these people were females, but I warned these people, like, hey, stop doing death magic on me, because if you don't stop, God is going to take your gifts and abilities. Like, God's gave it, God can take it if you abuse your power, right? And they thought that was some type of joke, and they just continued to do stupid shit, death magic, trying to kill me and shit like that. And I've never, ever struck out at them at all. Like, I just said, you're going to lose your gifts and abilities if you don't stop. Like, and even that, these people didn't believe that. And now that they're living in that energy, they're like, oh my God, she told us. How did she know? She must have the abilities. No, I don't need no low vibrational witchcraft abilities. Why would God give me somebody else's abilities that I don't want? That doesn't even make sense. These people are just being imprisoned and blocked from using theirs because they abused their power for too long. And also, this Nine of Swords energy, these people cannot get out of bed. They're crying and moaning and complaining. Instead of waking up and being like, wow, after all of the heinous things I've done to other people, I actually made it through a night and I'm given another day of life. When it could have just as easily been that this person went in their sleep and transitioned because of what they've done to other people. Like, there's no gratitude. These people do not have an attitude of gratitude. They're not thankful for anything. And they're literally very foolish and stupid for doing this. Now they're crying, but they're not crying because they're sad that they did something to you. They're crying that they're sad that now they're being imprisoned in their own mind and that these demons don't want to work with them anymore. But yeah. They're sad because the devil has been imprisoned. Who is going to cry about that? You have got to be a straight up loser if you're going to cry when this devil gets in prison. Come on. Also, the devil could be causing these people mental health issues. Well, I would suggest that they probably stop calling upon the devil then. And why they think that the devil can override God, I don't know. That's really delusional thinking. This is why I feel like these people are retarded. And I'm not trying to be rude, but you've got to be dumb to think you can just do whatever you want to any person and there never be a consequence. Like, that's crazy. The magician, I think that these people are confused because you've been able to withstand their poverty spells and you have no problem calling your energy and your power back to you, reversing the energy of what these people have done. You don't have a problem tapping into your magician side if life requires it. Your magic is stronger than the magic of the devil and of these people. So whatever little ability they thought that they got from the devil has been revoked, and now all they can do is sit in bed and cry. There's nothing wrong with these people physically. They can get up and go get a job. They don't have to steal from you. They don't have to try to copy you. They don't have to try to put it, like, these people are dealing with poverty because they're lazy and they don't want to get up and do anything. Wait, who in the hell wants to sit around all of the time? What the hell? But they're under the influence of the devil, obviously, so that's why they want to sit around and not do anything all of the time. And I understand when people get depressed, but this is not that. These people were laughing. Just like a couple days ago, they were laughing their ass off with this solar eclipse that just happened a couple days ago. These people were literally laughing. They were laughing at you, thinking that it was hilarious, that you were going to lose everything. And now you're still showing up. You're still, you come online, or you show up, or you can be seen in some type of way. And these people are like, oh my God, it didn't work. Out of everything that these people have done, how much of it has ever worked? That's what I would be telling these people. The Lovers. I'm serious. These people think that they're going to ensnare you in some type of love trap. It's not happening. You would never attach yourself to somebody who is literally linked with the devil. And this person may come in and be like, oh, please forgive me. Like I said, they're not actually sorry. They're just sorry because they don't have access to you, your energy, your sexual energy, your creative energy, or to your abilities. They don't have access. Okay? That's what they're upset about. They've been denied. It's like they had an all access card to you at one point where they could just swipe it anywhere they go and be like, oh yeah, put this on so-and-so's tab. Now, all of that debt that these people have racked up trying to swipe things and put it onto you has literally come back to them. It is what it is. They shouldn't have tried to curse you or hex you or put poverty on you. That was never going to be your portion. And that's not ever that is not what God wanted for you. So that's why these people are not successful. The Star. And they're pissed off because you have natural traits and abilities that they had money. They don't have it now, but that they really wanted to buy. Like this person, my back is itching on the chair. Anyways, this person was literally thinking like, oh, well, I can just buy whatever this is. No, you can't. You can't buy a star. I mean, you actually can buy a star and name it, but it's, my God. You can't buy somebody else's star abilities. You can't, it's just not possible. What else do we need to know before we go? Continue to move forward, you guys. You're doing very well. Know that there is a love union that's coming in and it's divinely protected and the devil doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay. Also, this lover that you end up meeting could be somebody who's famous or a star, or you could end up being in a relationship with someone and both of you guys end up becoming known people. Ace of Pentacles. Either way, you've got the Ace of Pentacles here for you. And these people are very confused as to why their sacrifices to the devil are not going through. I'm going to tell these people literally just to stop. Stop doing this stupidness, okay? Like, they need to grow some... What did they do to their brain cells? These people need to grow new brain cells. They're grieving over something that they will never have control over. Why even cry about shit that you can't control? It's like they want you to stop everything that you're doing and pay attention to them. I would just keep, you know... Yes, you guys are worth billions. There's no amount of money that will be the correct amount of money. These people, they could get $1 billion today and they would still feel empty on the inside. So it's not actually money. God trumps everything, exactly. It's not actually money that they want. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know about? Look, Ace of Swords, you are so divinely protected by the divine, spiritually protected. These people are not going to get away with not anything that they're doing. That's crazy. But they really believed that, though, that it was possible. These people, if they were able to affect, look, they're up under judgment. If they were able to affect your finances in any way, now their finances are affected. And the devil can't do anything for them because now the divine has gotten involved. All right. So it was good for you to call for judgment on known and unknown, seen and unseen enemies, the world. And that's not you judging them. That's you asking the divine to look at the situation. As part of what my job is, I report things to the divine. You have the entire world. Look, the world is protected from these people and their foolery, from their trickery, which means that you have doors that are about to open for you. Don't give up now. These people want you to think that the rest of your life is going to be horrible. It's not. These people's life is going to be horrible. They're being haunted by the people that they tried to take out. Three of Pentacles. And they're not going to be over here with you sharing in your harvest. That is not what the divine wants. Okay? The divine wants you to have this harvest because you have done the work. These people are allergic to working. Anything that requires any type of work, whether it's at a job or going within and working on the self, these people can't do that. All right, let's look. Five of Pentacles, their judgment is to be in the exact energy that they tried to put you in. Wow. Well, hopefully these people learn their lesson and then don't do this to anybody else. That's what I would hope. Okay, but I think that they're so unaware of what's going on, why they're losing. Like, it's almost like the people around these people don't tell them that they need to go look at themselves. You know? And look, you have justice on your side. Justice. Yeah, there's something's being completely changed around in the spirit. These people do not, they're swiping that card, trying to put their karmic balance onto you, and it's literally saying denied, denied, denied. Now they have to pay with their own whatever karma. They have to pay themselves. Like, literally, they don't have access to you to be like, oh, put it on that chosen one's tab. No, we're not accepting anybody else's tab. We're not here to pay other people's karma. That's not what being chosen is. Okay? Sorry, but it's just not. We're only responsible for ourselves, and we're not responsible for little witch hoe bitches that want to drag us to hell because they're being casted away and sent there. They sent themselves there. This Queen of Wands is the direct reason why all these people are in the shitter. They're in the Five of Pentacles. seeking support and help and needing assistance. But then, like I said, the card is denied. Two of Cups. And they're not being given a divine soul contract because they would destroy the contract. They would never fulfill it. These people are like literally silly. They're very childlike, but in an annoying way. God is not giving them a divine soul contract because they would destroy it and not fulfill it. The ones that they already had, they didn't even answer the call. Temperance. You have Archangel Michael protecting you and protecting this divine soul contract. These people are not going to get past Archangel Michael, and they're not going to get past God either. Stupid thinking. And I don't care how many devils they know, the devil is never going to come up against Archangel Michael. Okay, last message. So let these people sit in their beds and cry because you're getting success, because you're getting love. Let these people cry, literally. Let them cry. Maybe it'll be good for them. Maybe they'll learn. Three of Wands. But you continue to look towards the future and build a better world. And just know that these people will not have access to it. They can try to sneak into... You can't cheat the universe. It's like you're in a whole new timeline now, and these people are not in your timeline anymore. They don't have direct or indirect access to you. It's been denied. So they can't do anything. The Hierophant. And there is no Hierophant, cult, secret society, coven, or whatever other type of skull and bones type crap that can literally get these people out of poverty. They literally tried to put you in that energy. And not only that, like I was saying they've unalived other people with this magic, trying to put them in poverty and sell them in some type of way. Now these people are going to have to be the ones that get sold. I'm serious. That's ridiculous. Why do people think that they can just continue to commit evil acts forever? The Eight of Wands. Now they're at a crossroads because you're doing something about their energy. You're calling for judgment. You're standing in your power. You're not letting people break you down. You're not accepting bum behavior. I also feel like these people, they think that Jesus is something that it's not. Jesus, even if these people cry out to God or Jesus, they're going to be ignored. Okay, because death, they're going to be ignored. Everything they've said so far has been bullshit. Five of Wands, literally. All these people competing with you, yeah. Jesus is not going to answer that. They're probably going to get the devil. In fact, the devil's most likely going to be pissed off when these people trying to go to Jesus and is going to annihilate these people. The devil wants people to be loyal, and these people are not loyal. They'll jump into another religion or another system as soon as they feel like that can save them from what they've done. Okay? No. They can save themselves if they, change their behavior. Four of Wands. This looks to me like you are working on a project that's very divinely protected. And not only that, you have people that show up for you. Nobody wants to show up for these other people. And these people have such a stupid competitive mindset that it's like, yuck. We don't want anything to do with that. The Hermit. You've isolated. I would rather be by myself my entire life than have to deal with these people. I'm like, literally... any animal would be a better friend than these people. So I would pray for your enemies that God comes into their hearts and changes them so that they don't want to do witchcraft on you anymore, so that they don't want to see you in poverty. But just know either way that these people have to pay what they owe, and they can't use your tab. They can't put anything on you. They're going to look really stupid as hell. Two of Wands. While you're over here building a better world, these people are literally trying to use money as a way to keep you away from your divine life purpose on making the world better. Okay, we're not like the difference between you and these people is you are not obsessed with money. Okay, when you get up in the morning, money is not the first thing that you think about. You're not obsessed with it. These people are obsessed with you, and they're obsessed with money. And their method of getting money was through hurting other people. Now they have to pay for that. They're being haunted. Look, the Wheel of Fortune, and we're going to end on that. You're still in your destiny. Your destiny is to make this world a better place. And you definitely would never be able to do that if you were still connected to, if you didn't go into hermit mode, if you were still connected to these people, because they came with the intention of what the devil does: steal, kill, rape, unalive, and destroy. That's what they're on. So that's what they want. Okay, they're not getting a hold of your destiny. These people were literally trying to compete for your destiny. That is so sad. Like, what is wrong with them? I mean, I don't even care what's wrong with them. Seven of Pentacles. The tables are turning in your favor, finally. You finally get to figure out what your destiny is and stand in that power, and things are going to actually go your way for once. In fact, things should have gone your way in the past for a long time, but these people and their meddling delayed some type of blessing, and now it's coming in. And they don't like the way that the tables are turning because they can feel the power and the resources slip out of their hands, and they can feel you rise up. And they think that if you rise up, that they're going to go down. These people were going to go down no matter what because of the choices that they made and the alliance that they made. They were never going to be brought high. What were they talking about or thinking? Three of Pentacles. And there's no community that supports these people. There's no one that wants to back their bullshit up. Nobody else wants to be a part of. Literally, this could be a turnaround with you and the community, people liking you. We cancel and rebuke all spell work that any person has done on any other person at any time throughout all of history. And we report it to God, and we, with the power that we have collectively, we break those spells and we reverse them. And we do that not only for us, but for every other person, so that these witches and warlocks don't continue to turn groups of people against the collective. Those people in the collective need to be protected. So we pray for God to come into their minds and their hearts and to protect them from all of this wickedness. Queen of Swords. And you did the right thing by cutting these people off. Like I was saying, had you not gone into hermit mode and had you stayed attached to these people, you would have been fighting for your life every single day. And I remember when I was attached to these types of people, how bad it was. Okay. And this is why I don't think that I could ever forgive them. Like, at least not yet. I'll work on that, but yeah, what they did to me, I don't think I could ever forgive. I'll work on it though, but these people are not going to have access to you, nor not having access to me. And we're not going to be left in a situation to where we have to continually defend ourselves, because that takes away from our divine life purpose. If we're having to defend our destiny and divine life purpose, that literally takes away from what we're trying to accomplish here. So these people want you to go backwards. They want you to resort to an old version of yourself that you probably killed off, that just doesn't exist anymore. The version of me that let, that person beat on me and all of that stuff, and I would forgive them. That version of me that was the one that was up under witchcraft and didn't know about it is dead. I killed that version of me. Straight up. Dead. Doesn't exist anymore. And none of this witchcraft can be done again. These people had one shot and they lost. Okay? Wow. And now it actually makes sense why my ex was always getting possessed, because he was doing witchcraft. Duh. Four of Swords. This is the end of a battle of a big competition with these people. I mean, it wasn't like there was a real competition, but, these people are realizing that this is basically over. Three of Swords. They know now that God truly is protecting you. I also get that if this was somebody you separated from in marriage, they're lazy, good for nothing, greedy, self-centered, abusive. karmic dumb ass is going to have to pay for every amount of suffering that they caused you. Point blank, period. Six of Cups. And any suffering they caused you or your children. Okay, you guys. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you guys so much. Thank you, everybody that donated. I really appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Just know that as the tables turn, you may feel the energy start to switch, but it's okay. Like, it's going to be a good thing. I'm also getting that not to worry. You're the one that's got the abilities. These people are being imprisoned and entrapped in their own mind. And all they can do, like, these people are completely obsessed with you. They're obsessed with your success or your downfall, either, probably both. They're just completely obsessed. And what they need to be focusing on is paying their damn bills, not getting more spell work done on you. How is putting you in poverty going to make them rich? Like, why don't these people think thoughts like that? Like, that doesn't even make sense. All right, you guys, let's clear out the energy. And just a reminder, check out the stuff that's in the shop. I go through and I pick these different metaphysical supplies that have good energy in them, okay? Also, if you're wanting to expand your spiritual journey, The Truth of God and Intuitive Living, I talked about it at the beginning. This book has changed my life, and I use the techniques in it every single day. And then that's tagged in the products. And then also Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. That's the book that I have written. This book will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for other people. You can use it over and over again, and you guys will love this book. It is so much fun. And also the quick and easy, if you are wanting to learn tarot, the quick and easy original Rider-Waite deck with the description on the cards is also tagged in the products. So check out the stuff in the products, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Thank you, everybody that donated. God bless you. And please like the video, tap the notification bell. Make sure you guys are subscribed, okay? Peace be with you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.